Cheers, guys.
Oh, BNasty.
And thank you for joining us on our 4th podcast. Hey.
Numero
4, and then Cinco will come next. And what are we going to talk about? Our topics of discussion.
Got a new computer monitor.
Doesn't it look better?
Finally. It's not out of the 1990s.
I know, right?
Well, I'll give it more credit. Early 2000s. It was flat screen.
That's true. At least it was flat screen.
It was like when they first started making flat screen monitors. Like
It's
this
crazy.
thing weighs like nothing. That thing weighs like
10 pounds.
at least. Technology has come so far.
Dude, it fucking has. It's crazy because you don't notice because you're in it.
Yeah.
Until you try to use something ancient. Then you're like, holy shit, I can't believe that. Because, like, I was on a tube top monitor when I was playing, like, Maple Story. I was, like, 10 years old.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to tell you that there was a major difference until I went back and was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
How do I work with this? How do I even... It was all distorted and...
Yep. Lines running through it.
And you never notice that. It kind of has that pulse blink really low, though. It kind of... It's there, but it's not...
Yeah.
So weird.
It's like when you record... be like recording that monitor on...
A phone. It's when you try... That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We've come so far.
Very far. Yeah.
And stem cells and all that shit, like...
Sciences.
I mean, like, I'm sure it's always bad to get... I mean, no, I'm sure. It's always bad to get cancer, but, like, we can sure of hell treat it nicely now compared to, like, 10 years ago.
I mean, I feel like
Compared
the
to,
survival
5 years
rate
ago.
has definitely... I don't know enough about it to weigh in, but, like, I feel like the survival rate of having cancer since the early 2000s has drastically went up. Like, you have a much higher percentage of surviving cancer now.
I feel like the people that used to survive cancer were, like, really depressed afterwards because they didn't have the cosmetics shit that they have now. Like, you literally pump some silicone in your boobs, tattoo on a nipple, you look good, you know? You don't have that self-conscious have to wear...
I'd say a lot of them are still pretty...
I mean, I'm sure, but it's a lot less self-conscious than having to wear one of the fake bras that, like, my grandma had to wear.
Yeah.
And that wasn't long ago. That was 2001, 2002.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy, just the technology.
The wigs have gotten better.
And the wigs have gotten so much better, and makeup's gotten...
If you're not, like, financially poor, cancer... I'm not saying cancer isn't a bad thing. It's a bad thing.
Oh, no, it totally sucks.
Like, if you are pretty financially stable and you survive the battle with cancer, like...
The quality of living has sure gone up.
Oh, yeah. Like, you can get a very nice wig. You know, if you met someone who didn't know you before, you know, they probably wouldn't be able to tell. Like, well, I mean, too, like, the makeup has fucking, like...
You can put eyebrows on. Oh, my gosh.
They did that egg. That egg looked like a person.
And a potato. They made a potato.
Oh, it's a potato. Yeah, it's the potato.
Well, they've done both now.
The potato looked a lot better.
Yeah.
I guess because it was just a lot more to go off of.
Yeah. It's a bigger surface.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So crazy.
Yeah. Fucking... Not... I mean, it's still bad, but it's not nearly as bad as what it used to entail.
It's only getting better.
Yeah.
It's only getting fucking better. And, like, the dentist shit to... Okay, you know how they still did the thing where they went the x-rays all around my face, but you know how normally for a dentist to, like, he'd actually have to get up in there and be like, okay, I see. They, like, took a wand and they, like, rubbed it on every surface of my tooth, and it made him a graph of my fucking teeth.
Oh, wow.
So he didn't have to constantly keep looking in my mouth.
Right.
He'd look at the graph and just know where he was at, you know what I mean? So it's less like, And I thought that was, like, fucking crazy. And they took a light and they shined it in my mouth and they were like, okay, you don't have oral cancer. Like, that was the screening, was literally like, She put on a special glasses with a special light.
Yeah.
Like, checked your shit.
I mean, I just wonder how accurate that is, though. Like,
I think it has a lot of false positives, but I don't think you get a lot of negatives.
well, it's kind of like how you think you're sick, and then you get on to fucking WebMD, and all of a sudden you have brain cancer.
Yeah.
Or you have fucking scurvy.
Yeah. That WebMD, don't WebMD your shit. Just,
That's what they're like mouth cancer has a lot of symptoms that aren't that just because you have that particular symptom or even two of them doesn't necessarily mean you have mouth cancer.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's why it brings about so many false positives because like mouth sores are one of the symptoms.
If you
of
bite your
cancer.
tongue, it's going to show up on that test.
Yeah.
And then you might be scared shitless sitting there for 2 weeks waiting for your biopsy going, I have cancer.
Yeah.
And then you just bit your tongue or you burned it on something hot last week.
Well, I bit into a burrito straight out of the microwave like an idiot.
And that burns your
And that burned the roof of my mouth for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was like painful.
And if they would have shined it, they would have said, we need to
Oh
take
yeah,
a
you
sample.
definitely have.
Well, they
you
wouldn't say that to
definitely
you.
have
They
cancer.
said, we would definitely have to send this for a biopsy, which would cost about $130. But I know, it's all about the money. Dentists now, they're scamming people, bro.
Everybody scams people.
Plumbers scam
Mechanics
people.
scam people.
Fucking. Honestly, I think it's a scam whenever fast food places, like, there's a way to order it cheaper, but their value meal is just whatever, like, the easy thing to say, I want a number 10. Instead of, I want to order this with this and then extra this to make that item.
The fucking delivery guy told us if you call your order in instead of ordering online, more than likely you'll get it cheaper.
We spent $40 on 2 pizzas.
And they didn't even bring us the sauce that I paid for.
And he straight was like,
Should have just called it in.
should have called it in. But you didn't hear it from me.
Yeah.
So don't use the online shit because I guess they don't keep those prices up to date. So when you just order them, you're not getting the best price because their website's not up to date on their best prices. But they're still going to let you order and overpay anyway. They're not going to give you money back.
Yeah.
So always call in. Or better yet, don't fucking eat nasty pizza. Go make your own because you can make like 3 or 4 pizzas for $40. How many pizzas could I make for $40? If I went cheap,
If you made are you talking about like making the dough?
it's 50 cents for a pack of dough, like the mix, and all you have to do is add water. It's 50 cents for that, and that makes 2 pizzas. So you can make just imagine how many pizzas you can make.
Yeah, but do you know how messy making pizza is?
Okay, then the $3.99 for 2.
And then account in for your time to make it all. Because you have to proof the dough. You have to mix the dough.
I said we would.
You have to let it
if
rest.
we were going with the pre-made dough, like the already sheeted out, that comes in the thing. That's like
yeah,
$4.
that's just not nearly as good though.
That's true.
That pre-made sheet of, it's like literally bread. Like it's already been cooked.
But you didn't have to do that all the time. You take one day out of the month and do your doughs, and then freeze the rest of the pizzas. But I'm just saying you could get 30 pizzas for $40.
Right.
Comparatively for 2 pizzas.
But you have to pay yourself for that day. Time is money.
Time is money.
So
okay, so
account
let's
it.
say
Do you save if you took 8 hours to sit and make pizzas? Let's say you pay yourself at $10 an hour, so $80. Do you save $80 making the pizza?
Yeah.
How many pizzas do? Well, do you save the $80? Then take into account for ingredients and all that as well to make that many pizzas.
I would still say you still save quite a bit of money the other way.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you save shit. You get a lot more too as well.
Right.
You'd be having pizzas if you worked for 8 hours making fucking pizza, you'd have pizza for way more
Now
than a
account
month.
in for the fact of diabetes and heart failure.
And you shouldn't eat pizza.
Probably just probably just order it the one time instead of eating it for 2 weeks straight now.
No, I'm not saying eat it for 2 weeks straight. I'm saying like
But you have pizza. For
don't
2
work
weeks
for
straight.
8 hours making pizza. Make like 6 of them and eat those over the course of 2 months because they're gonna be fine in the freezer.
Make pizza though. It doesn't take like 6 pizzas would take the average person who hasn't worked in the industry probably a minute to make. Because you gotta know certain things like flouring the dough before you knead it. If you don't flour that dough, your hands are gonna be covered
I still
in it.
do you think it would take less money or no?
I don't think it would take less money. I just don't think it's really worth the effort of going through all of it. Yeah. To spend 6 hours in one day.
But like, why are you spending 6? Why are you dead set on spending 6 hours? Spend 2.
Because when you buy all the extra shit, if you're making dough.
Well, you could buy like 4 packs of dough or 3 packs of dough, and that would make 6 pizzas.
Uh-huh.
You'd be only mixing.
How long do you think it would take you to make
6 pizzas?
Yeah.
I would make all my dough at once,
Mm-hmm.
have it ready. You know what I mean? And then do the instructions. I don't know how to make dough. I'm sure it's not that hard. It says mix water in. It's not like I'm starting from flour.
You take the mix, you mix it, and then you proof it, which takes, depending on like the package, sometimes it take up to like 40 minutes to proof. So you gotta set it in the fridge.
Let it set,
yeah.
right? Okay, well I'm not paying myself for the time to let it set. I can do other things.
Right, but still,
And I'm not paying for myself the time that it's in the oven because I can be doing other things.
Right.
And you gotta eat.
But still, I'm saying the total amount of time waiting on the dough to proof and everything still takes.
How long do you think it would take me to make 6 pizzas and have them frozen? In the freezer, frozen.
By total time,
all
wait
start
time
to
and
finish.
everything.
Not going to the grocery store and shit.
Probably like 2.5 hours, 3 maybe.
Okay, so for 3 hours, 3.5 hours, which was your high ball. You said 2.5, 3. So we'll just go 3.5. That would still, at $10 an hour, that would still only be $35, and you just got 6 pizzas whenever you got 2 for that price.
Yeah. But 6 pizzas is bad for you.
But you don't have to eat them all.
What are you gonna do with them? You're not gonna eat them.
No, I don't mean eat them. I mean, you don't have to eat them all that week. They're gonna be good. You know how long they? Are you trolling me?
I don't like leftover pizza that much.
But it wouldn't be like cooked. You'd be fresh.
But then you're eating frozen pizza as well. So it's been frozen, so it's not fresh. Papa Murphy's uses fresh ingredients only. I know. I worked there.
Fuck.
No, they were all the ingredients were actually pretty fresh. Nothing came frozen. I don't know if that means it wasn't frozen at one point.
Right. It's fresh frozen.
Fresh frozen. Frozen fresh.
Good. But yeah, they be scamming people out here.
I mean, I think the pizza industry scams people the least.
But yeah,
like the food industry scams people. Like, it does scam people because when you go out and eat, you can make a lot more bang for buck cooking at home. But me personally, I don't like to clean up the mess that involves cooking.
Right.
It's a lot. I made homemade gravy and biscuits last night. Dirty, like messiest thing I've ever done, making gravy.
I think you could hire a private chef for about the same price as you could eating out.
If you ate out fancy every day, yeah. If you ate at, like not fancy, but higher end fast food restaurants like Chipotle, Panda Express, you know, for the two of you,
$25-ish.
Yeah, if you're spending $16 to $25 a meal, yeah, probably. But I don't know. I don't know the rates on a private chef. And I feel like that's one of those things you get what you pay for. if you're hiring a chef like per meal, $25, you're gonna get Panda Express quality.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're paying $50 a meal, probably gonna get a little bit better.
The one girl that I was
Steakhouse
watching,
quality.
it was on that thing that's like $200 a day versus $1,000,
Yeah.
but it always is changing. I think she's on the lower end. I think she had like $500 a day is what she made
Mm-hmm.
after her expenses and everything.
That's not bad.
No, not bad at all. But she wasn't charging very much.
Yeah.
But she had a core it's hard to explain. If she had 10 customers, all 10 of those customers are eating the same thing for lunch.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can kind of say, hey, I would like you to use eggplant in your next meal, and she probably would take that into consideration.
Right. I feel like I would like that a little more though, because you would be eating the same thing every day, you know? Because I feel like that's a constant battle with me. It's like, especially with cooking at home, like, I tend to make the shit that I know how to make.
To me, that's like being a private restaurant with private customers. She's just basically a home restaurant. She delivers it in like a bag, you know what I mean? Brown cardboard bag.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to each person's house or like their work or whatever.
How fresh could it be though?
She like literally cooks it and then takes it to you.
Right, but like if she has to drive 30 minutes away, like I know that like 30 minutes out of the oven.
She's in LA. There's no like.
Oh, so it.
30 minutes away.
Yeah, like 30 minutes away is like an hour away.
But I don't feel like she would do like.
Is she in like LA, or is she like in the suburbs of LA?
The LA.
Oh,
I think
so
all
like
of
in
her
the city.
people are like right there. Not necessarily like right
walking
there.
distance, like biking distance type of shit, or like it takes her a minute to get in between. Because I know 30 minutes out of the oven is like, depending on the dish, could be like, you know, if it's like a casserole, 30 minutes out, it's gonna be probably cold, or like, you know, lukewarm. It's not gonna be like fresh. You know what I mean?
It's true.
That's how I would be. Like, I don't know if I would be able to do that. Like, I like the idea of getting something different every day, not necessarily choosing your meal, but
I don't know. It
depending on
seemed
how
to
long it
work.
took.
It seemed to work. Everyone seemed pretty happy, and it didn't look like it took forever.
yeah,
But like you know, you don't see what they don't film.
right.
You can't see if they
That would be my
see how long.
thing. Yeah. That's why I don't usually do takeout or like deliveries, because like sometimes you get fucked and the delivery driver takes too long. Food gets cold, especially if it's
It gets
coming from like,
lost,
you know,
and then
Chinese takeout. It's in a styrofoam box and a paper or a
yeah.
plastic bag. There's no insulation. At least with a pizza, there's the insulated bag. So like if he gets lost for 30 minutes, it's probably still gonna be pretty warm.
Yeah.
I know there's been times I got lost delivering pizza and that shit was still warm. I got lost for like an hour one time, bro. I was delivering like out in the fucking backwoods. Like it was barely in our area. I got out there and I thought I knew the way back, so I didn't turn my GPS back on. Or no, I didn't have a fucking signal. So I was like, I couldn't find my way back. So I was like, I think I'll make it back.
Right.
Fucking lost within like 10 minutes. I drove around for like 50 more. Got lost.
Lost in the sauce.
Yeah. Crazy shit though. I don't know how we got so far off that topic.
Me neither.
But yeah.
I'm trying to think of other industries that are just scamming people. Makeup. And I don't know if it's the fact that they're expensive, because I get being like a luxury versus a non-luxury.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that like they underfill shit.
That's not even like quality of ingredients in makeup can only be so good. The majority of it is talcum powder.
Right.
Which is extremely inexpensive. But yet they can sell it for like a fucking 2,000% markup for what it actually took to make.
I want to like figure out how
I don't
to
know
make
if those numbers are accurate, but I feel like, you know, the majority of ingredients into makeup can't be more than you know what I mean. Like
I
if
see
a
how much
tube of
it
lipstick,
would cost.
or sorry, like a thing of like the powdered eyeshadow or whatever the fuck it is. It comes in the palettes and shit.
Yeah.
How much does one of those cost?
How many palettes?
Like say there's like 3 colors. Is there something like that? There's just like 3 colors. It's like the powder stuff that you scrape.
Albume had a 3-color palette,
Mm-hmm.
and it went from anywhere from $7.99 to $10.99.
Okay, so let's say on the high end it's $10. There's no way in hell it took $5 to make that whole thing, case and everything.
Right.
When you buy like they would in bulk, those cases are probably cheap. The amount of talcum powder that goes into it has to be extremely cheap.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, like let's think, what's one of the leading like Walmart brands of, or like not Walmart, but it's in every convenience store. What's like the leading brand? CoverGirl. Would you say is pretty big?
CoverGirl.
Okay. How much talcum powder do you think they buy an entire year?
Fuck, like for everyone?
For like for their whole thing, for their whole business. How much talcum powder do you think they buy a year? Like hundreds of thousands of pounds?
There's not that much in there.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think it's that much, but I feel like it would be considerable in the amount of talcum powder world. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, who's actually buying talcum powder? So I feel like it's not going to be like 1,000 or like 100,000 pounds of it, but I feel like it may be like 60,000.
But across the board though, like if CoverGirl is just about in every major country and city.
Oh, true. Yeah, I'd say they buy about 60,000.
How many like CoverGirl products do you think are just in a Walgreens?
A shit ton. I'd say that there's only about 2 ounces of product in each actual thing though. That's what I'm saying. Is like
right.
The actual amount is so little.
But like there's a Walgreens on every corner.
Interesting.
And they're in every Walmart, which is in every state in the U.S. They're in China. They're in fucking Walmart's everywhere.
Right.
Especially in the U.S. There's like 4 in Knoxville alone. There's like 20 in Atlanta alone. So like.
True. Shit.
The amount of CoverGirl products just in Atlanta. How many pounds of talcum powder do you think are in just Atlanta from CoverGirl?
No, you're right. That's that number alone is probably about 50,000.
So like, and not to mention there's, you said like less than 2 ounces in each pallet.
Yeah.
And it sells for anywhere from $7 to $10.
They sell more weight of their plastic than they do the product.
Yeah.
So their casing is literally weighs more than the product that is inside of it. Fucking insane. It'd be like a dealer using a fucking glass jar for your weed every time.
And doesn't tear the scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? It'd literally be like, yo, what's up? Here, and you're like, this
He
is
pulls out like an old jug from like the 1700s.
and you're like,
it's like pure iron. It weighs like 50 pounds.
Yeah, and he just throws it on a scale, and he's like, look, it's pound,
All for like
pound.
2 grams.
And you're like, bro, that's like what it would be like.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So like, there's a huge markup on shit like makeup and everything. Like, like I understand making your money.
I do too.
100% I understand making your money. But like to an extent, you would think that like overcharging.
I would think like a 50,000% markup is kind of grotesque. Make your money, get your 100% back, get your 200%, and be making the baller. But like whenever you're literally like getting something for a penny and then selling it for $1 million,
yeah,
that's not okay.
Think about pet rocks. Think about pet rocks and how much it, like a rock. You can go down to a river,
bro,
and get like 30,000 rocks.
And it'd be one thing if it was a cute idea where it was $1 and you bought the pet rock, but that shit wasn't. No, that was like $20.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was in
remember.
Cracker Barrel. It was in Cracker Barrel. It was like $20. You know the fucking hamster shit that you come home with the hamster in? We first, they're like little takeout boxes with hamsters.
Yeah, I remember.
It's like it had one of those with some straw in it and a fucking rock, $20.
Wow. I had no idea. I never really had one. I never knew.
I never had one. I just saw it at Cracker Barrel and I was like, Cracker Barrel.
It's wild.
It's fucking crazy. But it would, and it's a cute idea. I get it, you know? And it'd be one thing if he was making, you could get hundreds of pounds of rocks for super cheap. Hundreds of, you could go get fucking, but so let's say that you're a business person, you need a supplier.
Yeah.
Right? So you need to go to someone and buy these rocks to put in your boxes. It's still going to be cheap. You're still going to get them for probably way less than a penny a rock.
I'm going to bring back pet rocks.
You know what I mean? It would be like 200 rocks for $1.
Yeah.
When you're buying hundreds of thousands of rocks.
Yeah.
And then that makes it 0.5 of a penny.
That's what I was saying about the talcum powder. Like,
yeah.
When you buy so much of it, you're getting ridiculous deals.
Yeah.
Because you're buying so much.
And so he's taking this 0.5 of a penny, and he's putting in 2 cents. So he's at 2.5 cents.
Yeah.
For the box.
And he sells it for
and
$20.
Let's say another cent for the little bit of straw at the bottom. Less than 5 cents, $20. That's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the markup on that? I don't know how to math.
I wouldn't know how to math that either.
So like what would 1,000% markup be from 2 cents? That
it would be.
Do you just move 2 decimal places? Would it be $20? Would $20 be 1,000% markup?
I don't think so.
If you know the answer to that,
please comment. I would love to know. I'd so love to know. That's insane. So like, if you can undercut them who are being stingy as fuck, you'd be making some good money. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I think it's like greediness. Because they'll just be like, I'll put you out of business. Interesting though. It's interesting to think about.
Mm-hmm.
So just get the best deal. Get the best deal, everyone.
Consumerism.
Well, I think it's just like...
Pull the South Park, quit buying stuff. Return the Margaritaville mixer.
I buy stuff, but like, don't get fucked over. You know what I mean?
I mean, how are you not gonna get fucked over though?
What do you mean?
Like, how are you not gonna get fucked over on makeup? Like, you'd have to learn how to make makeup, and at that point, you wouldn't be getting it for the deal. I mean, it would turn out to be about the same price.
Interesting.
Or like a fork. Like a fork, it's probably, I don't know what forks are made out of, aluminum or steel. Either way, probably pretty inexpensive to shape and mold.
Yeah.
I can't shape and mold a fork at home.
Well, that's true.
So I have to. I'm forced to buy that, marked up price point.
What are we gonna do about this?
I mean, I feel like there would be certain things like you could learn how to sew, and that would take care of like pillows, like all bedding, all clothing, curtains, stuff
even
like
stuff
that,
like
rugs,
towels and washcloths.
Yeah, you could learn how to sew, and you could create that. But as far as like drywall for your house,
shit's hard.
Or cat food, you have to have machinery to make, a dehydrator, and which would come out of pocket. You'd have to do that, and then eventually it would save you money. Eventually, after you've worked off the cost of, and then that dehydrator might break.
Interesting. I'm trying to figure something out. My little gears are turning. I'm like, I guess everyone should just start charging cheaper. I mean, I did it. You never know. You never know. Someone might just be like, you know what? I think we'll be able to reach a lot more people if we do this.
I mean, I don't know a shit ton about economics.
Oh, sorry, did you?
But I do know that if you started charging, or if everyone just quit buying shit because it was so expensive,
Yeah.
it could have negative effects. Like if everyone just started saving their money, no one's spending it.
Yeah.
Less money's in circulation.
Which isn't good.
Yeah.
But like, maybe with the things you can do, you should do. Like buy the talcum powder with the pigment dye and make your own eyeshadow.
Yeah.
Add that to coconut oil. Have your own lipstick.
Yeah.
But
then, like, let's say Maybelline is an American corporation, and I don't know if they are or not, but let's say they are, and everyone learns how to make their own makeup. No one's buying makeup anymore. Maybelline makes less money. Maybelline is taxed less, which means less income for the federal government.
But that would just mean that the what is it called? The talcum place is taxed more. Or whoever is
Unless
selling the talcum powder.
is
If you're buying
overseas, then it doesn't matter.
Okay, so we gotta keep this American made. I don't know.
It's fiscal.
It is. It's weird.
Fiscal bitch.
This cat is cute though, and he
Frisky.
needs cat food.
Not fiscal, frisky.
Oh, he's a sleepy baby. Oh, I love it. Well, thanks for hanging out with us.
Meow.
And this is Sativa Skies signing off.
Bye.